to rip a page out of the book of the current political party when they make the move to edge out Goodluck Jonathan then.
Yeah.
Because the reason why a lot of people voted for Buhari was not because Buhari was the savior or the saint. It was because of we were tired of Jonathan and the things his predecessor did, Umar Yaradua, because of recent, Yaradua is still the best president we had.
Yaradua.
Yeah.
Okay.
But unfortunately, he died while in tenure. Yeah, unfortunately, because he was, even while as the former governor of Katsina State, he was always sick and things like that. But if you are doing something right, even the ordinary person in the streets would feel it.
Exactly.
It's just like if your economy is growing, you do not need statistics to show you the
Not at
numbers.
all. The ordinary people will see it.
You feel
Just
it
like
on
it's
the
happening in
streets.
Ghana today. You understand? There should be evidence, and no radio station should be talking about it. It's the people themselves.
Exactly.
People go on social media and say, look, prices for the past 8 years of this particular product was this, but now it has been reduced. That tells you that people are enjoying. So until Peter Obi is able to come out with that momentum, without ideology that, look, Nigeria must change, and this is the direction I want to take Nigeria to. And that the opposition people who don't like him before, that will buy into his idea, I'm not sure he'll be able to make it.
Yeah, the with Obi, it's going to be quite hard. I would not be surprised if he lose the next election.
Yeah.
The last election, because all the powerful people are on the side of the ruling party.
You see, and Nigeria, one thing to have realized about your politics that is very bad is that people defect very, very easily.
Well, it's
even Peter Obi himself.
It's his personal interest driven.
It's always the money.
That is just it.
I did a video and I said if money cannot solve the problem,
more money will solve it. More money.
I was saying that the cost will have to come in, and Nigeria told me no. If money cannot solve the problem, more money have to come and solve.
In my language, in Yoruba, there is an adage that said, "In kotowo ba sheti ile lo ngbe." It means what money cannot do would rather die on the ground.
Charlie.
So there is hardly the only thing the money cannot do is raise the dead.
That's all. Even that one, people are trying. I'll tell you. But I see. I sometimes say, for me, as somebody who believes in numbers, I think Nigeria has the numbers.
Oh yeah.
So what Nigeria is missing is leadership. But the truth is that the Nigerian, the ordinary Nigerian, does not enjoy the national cake. You have billionaires in Nigeria.
I think it's because looking towards the next election now, there is the place of educating people, even though the majority of our population are young people. We have a very large number of young people. And you would think that a country like that should be on the rise.
Yeah.
But that is not the case. A large number of Nigerians need to understand what it means being involved in politics, and looking past the
tribe,
the heartache of now, the tribe, the religion, and the personal interest of now.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to social media space, there are a lot of people that make noises. But when it comes to the time of election, you don't see them. I've been privileged in the general election that the second tenure of Buhari.
Okay.
I was having my national youth service program then. So I was part of the presiding officers.
Okay.
What I noticed was a large number of the registered people of the voters, not many of them were young. Majority of them were old people, were aging people that some of them would not see out the next 4 years. Then I'm sure majority of them are dead now. Old people coming out, staying on the queue, staying till the end of the votes and things like that, and the young people are called aside. The ones that turn out are called aside, settled, and then they are told which party to vote for. So a large number of Nigerians need to understand what it means when it comes to election. You are making a decision on your life, on the life of the person beside you, your family, your unborn children, the generations to come. And a lot of them don't understand what it means, what election. They just think, in the mind of some, it is a time to make money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It is a time to make money, and they tell you when the party agents come that we want you to vote for the so party, and then what they would ask is, okay, what do you have for me? That is the common language. What do you have for me?
It is common, even in Ghana.
It is really
no. Even in Ghana, you need to do some investment.
And it's
until the youth come to the agreement that look, this candidate is the best candidate.
Yeah.
And then we all run behind this candidate to save the country. Nigeria will never see good governance. Because the monetocracy of politics in Nigeria, even in Africa. I think Ghana, but now Ghana, I think that when you pump money, people see too much money. The society itself try to stand against you.
Yes, and also in a society where poverty prevails, things like this drive people.
Yeah.
When you're in discomfort, your most pressing issue is your biggest problem is what you want to solve first. Someone that barely makes 2 food daily, that barely have 3 food daily, when they are called, when they see someone flashing couple of nairas in their eyes, and whatever you want them to do is what they are going to do.
Yeah.
And that is often, I do not expect, although I hope, but I would not be surprised if the next election things remain the same.
Yeah, that's sad. I think one of the reasons why people also think that Peter Obi will not make the presidency is they said when he stands as a vice, they will not vote for him. They want him to stand as a president. I think it's also a problematics.
Yes.
What's your view on that?
I think if he's going to run, he should run as a president. That is, but is also you can't. The Nigerian political system is the way it is. It is very, very hard to change, and change is something that is very systematic. It is slowly. Now, Peter Obi he represents Christian from the southeastern part of Nigeria.
Okay.
Now, the southeastern part of Nigeria, they've been agitating for more inclusiveness in the political system.
Okay.
So it's like the current political party is doing now. Although it's a Muslim ticket, the president and the vice president, but it's from the south. It's from the southwest and the north. The president from the southwest, the vice from the north.
Okay.
Now, someone like Peter Obi, in my own opinion, in running for presidency, you need someone that the north likes. So the person cannot be Atiku.
Exactly. So it means that geographically too is not in favor of Peter Obi.
No.
I keep on telling people politics is beyond just people on social media. You have to look at the structure. Yes,
to get
it's
involved.
a game. That is what people don't understand. It's a game that you have to win. And how do you win? You have to think of something. I always see life as a game. You win until you cheat the system.
Yeah.
You understand? So how do you cheat the system? It depends how you
So-
look at it, whether the positive or negative way. He needs to get on the ground. He needs to tell Nigerians that, look, the youth, I'm here to put my life on the course. If I don't make it,
Yeah.
somebody else will. By himself, he's not ready for that.
I think the party that is running on that is also something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Defecting is not something that should that I think would favor him right now. But using we cannot undermine the position of religion in Nigeria. Our people are deeply religious, even though they are very ungodly. Very religious, but very ungodly.
Very
Now,
religious, but very ungodly.
But that's what is conversation for another time.
It's sad. Yes, it's sad. It's a big statement, bro. Very religious.
Very, very. Now, you have to get on that because this is the time the big political people get in the churches, get involved with the big congregation, the big pastors, moving from one to
And
another.
they are not going there
Tinubu
empty-handed.
is Muslim. The wife is a deacon in one of the big churches in Nigeria. And you know now.
He doesn't go there
And the wife is a
empty-handed.
senator. Yeah.
see-
You can't go there empty-handed.
And the pastors, they take this one, tell
because-
you.
And there is a lot of hypocrisy in Nigeria, and you have to use those hypocrisy to your advantage. See, I do not believe in I do not believe being calm with privilege.
Okay.
Now, if you are privileged, there is a reason why you are privileged, and the reason is for you to use your privilege. How you use it is what matters.
Yeah.
Now, if you are privileged to have access to a large congregation, you are privileged because for Peter Obi, he has the privilege of being a Christian from the southeast. You can press on that. Now, one of the positives for Peter Obi is that in the last election, he won in Lagos.
Okay.
The main seat of the Jagaban himself.
He
won in
Peter Obi
Lagos.
won there.
Yeah, he won in Lagos. He won in the president's own local polling unit. He won in Abuja.
Wow.
The center of power.
Wow.
Yeah, and he won some major places. I cannot speak for the vote of the southeast, but the vote of the southeast does not make much. It is important, but it does not make much. Now you need a large vote from the north. A very large vote from the
That is where that's the powerhouse of the Jagaban.
You know what they say in Game of Thrones? The North remembers.
The North, Charlie. So it's always the North.
The North.
It's always the North. Don't try.
Because in the north, things are not the way they are in the southwest. They are not regular the way they are in the southwest. Whereby in the north, you need to be 18 years old for you to vote in Nigeria. But in the north, you find a 10-year-old, a 13-year-old having PVC. Having PVC because now there is the number favors the north.
Yeah.
A family a man and his family could have 2-3 wives. Now all of them, imagine at least having 2 children. Now a lot of them would have their own votes and they would all be on the queue. The average northerner is very, very involved in their political system. Now, the opposite is in the southwest and southeast and south even, because if you are playing a game with someone that does not follow the rules, you need to also be ruthless in how you play that
That
game.
is where
You need to be ruthless.
the obedience people. Are you listening? You see,
You need to be ruthless.
Jagaban is not ready to play by the rules.
I understand trying to do things by the book, but you can't be complacent. You cannot. You just can't. When it comes to on the election day, people come, they cast their vote, and they go back home. Now, these other people usually there are people that are literate. There are people that have something important doing with their time and things like that. I'm busy. But you have to leave that day. You have to leave that. You have to clear your schedule. The change that you want, you have to be involved, and you have to take a major part in the kind of change that you want. If you don't know what you want, people will hand over anything to you.
Look at the situation where I think he went to the Benin, the one state recently, and then Peter Obi was attacked.
Oh yeah,
and then this man Ike or that man, he said his district is state. Peter Obi should not even think of coming, because if that people have missed, they don't miss.
Yeah.
But when you have a country of individuals with so much vociferous of power, and you just want to think they'll play by the rules.
In a proper society, someone like that should be arrested and questioned.
Yeah.
But it's Nigeria. You understand what it is. Every Nigerian is their own government. You provide your own basic amenities. You provide your own security. Now, that is Peter Obi. That it is now. It is very, very glaring that the rule makers, the big boys in the political sphere, do not want him, and they do not like him. Yeah. What he has is Nigerians, everyday Nigerians, taking a stand for what they want, and part of it was agitating for the electoral thing that we're asking for,
the transmission of votes.
Yeah,
electronically.
The electronic transmission of results.
What if the network doesn't work? What happens?
Now, that is one of the arguments the supporters of the current party are making, that the network problem, blah blah blah.
God, they can shut it off. Shut it down. You know, these governments, they can shut it down.
But there is an instance of when you do not have network on your phone and you try to send a WhatsApp message, the message would go. It might not get delivered, but it's sent and it's there.
Yeah, encrypted.
When it gets delivered, the time is shown. The message was saying when you try to call someone, the call might not go through, but when the person gets the network, you see that this person called you, and the time of the message cannot be altered anymore. That is what we are talking about. We understand there is there is network issue in Nigeria. The network system, it's really, really poor. Okay. If you are getting 20 megabytes per second, you are lucky.
Wow.
And that is how poor it is. But it is still not a reason not to implement the
new law.
Exactly, because the manual transmission of results, there is often too many inferences. I mentioned earlier that I was a presiding officer twice. First for gubernatorial election in Osun State, and the following year for the general election in Osun State. So I was presiding officer twice. And the general election, I was the presiding officer over 2 polling units, although it was in the same place, but 2 polling units. And there were a lot of challenges. For the gubernatorial election, when we got done and we were to transport the materials, the ballot paper, the ballot box, all the things we used, and the card reader to our center. There was security issues when we got to the place.